Welcome in, along with Sam Monson. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and today we're going to have a little film breakdown of Alabama safety Deionte Thompson. We're going to do it a little bit differently because, Sam, you have some safety experience, do you not?
Yes, I guess you could say that, Steve.
All right, we just want to tap in to your safety experience. And Sam has not seen any of these plays from Deionte Thompson. We've got an all-22 coach's look, and we're just going to break down some of his good plays and his not-so-good plays from the 2018 season as we look to project him forward into the NFL. You want to get to it?
Yep, let's roll.
All right, let me just start by prefacing this. The first 6, 7 plays are all from the Louisville game in week 1. It was unbelievable how well Thompson played in this game and how many plays he made in different alignments. It was a season's worth of highlights, but let's get right to it. This is starting in week 1 against Louisville. The first play we're going to look at, he's up in the slot right up there, Sam. Week 1.
Covering the slot, sticking to his man, breaking up the pass.
So a pass breakup from the slot. We're going to see him make plays from free safety, from strong safety. Again, a season's worth of highlights right here in week 1 against Louisville. Let's get to the next play. We're going to see him in a free safety position now. He's up top right there, Sam. They're in a too-high look, but they're going to rotate. Deep crossing route, and he's going to break on it. Break up another pass.
Yeah. I mean, right away, just from those first 2 plays, you're seeing the quickness at which he's able to break on things. Just the change of direction, reading where the pass is going to go, and flying towards the football. That's pretty impressive.
Back here, center field roll again.
Oh, hello.
Picks off the pass. We'll check it out from the end zone angle again. You know, every year we're looking for guys that have that free safety range, the ability to turn their hips, make plays on the ball. Shows it right here.
I mean, the speed at which he's reading these and moving in the right direction is pretty impressive.
So here's what I like. So now we're in a too-high look, half field. So we've seen him from a single high look make plays. Now from a too-high look, playing more cover 2, showing range to the sideline. Can't pick it off, but he's in the way, in position to make the play.
And again, just look how quickly he takes off. This will be a good view of it. Now he's gone.
So now, instead of playing free safety, start with a too-high look, he's going to shift up to more of a box safety. He's going to rotate back to be the free safety, and Thompson's going to go out and make that play against the run.
And again, speed and acceleration once he reads what's going on and just takes off.
Now watch closely. I think this is the one. Corner blitz, he has to replace.
Yeah.
That's the ugly one. So that goes to that first tackle that you said that he executed but wasn't the prettiest. Kind of working inside out, gives up the sideline here.
I mean, honestly, every tackle he's made so far has been pretty much the same technique, which is to basically launch yourself at the guy's ankles and hope it takes him down. You're going to need to do better than that.
So that's going to be the concern. When you have a guy that is so good with his range on the back end, can make those coverage plays, that's great, but you still have to make these plays that we would consider, the simpler plays, those open field tackles.
But okay.
So in 1 week, multiple pass breakups, interception, missed tackle in the flat, tackles for short gains, and a sack. He showed a ton of what a safety has to do at the next level. But the best thing he does is probably still playing back here. Would you say that so far?
That 1 week we've seen a guy who looks like he's an exceptional coverage safety. He's got range to play deep. He's got man coverage skills. That first play, he was in off coverage against a slot receiver and ran the guy's route for him. He looks like a guy that can play coverage to an extremely high level. He can do some things in the box, but you've got to question to what extent that tackling technique or lack of tackling technique is going to limit him at the next level in that role.
Here he is again as a center field safety, picking off a seam pass. So showing it again.
So roll that one back. So this one is impressive because part of the difficulty of playing safety, particularly the difficulty of playing deep coverage safety, is one, you've got to sort of have your eyes in 2 or 3 different places at the same time. So he's got to rotate to the deep middle. Then he has to work out where the threat is coming from at the same time as reading where the quarterback is going with his eyes.
So he's trying to get here,
right,
see the quarterback, but also recognize the route concepts.
His read 1, 2, 3 is, one, he's just got to get to a spot, deep middle. He's rotating to that middle. Then he identifies this guy as the biggest threat into his area. then he needs to understand, is the ball actually going there? Because there's no point in him running to cover the slot guy if the ball is actually going outside here or even outside there. So it's the ability to sort of, A, keep running in the one direction, and then B, go back and forth with your eyes almost like a tennis match and work out where exactly you need to aim. He does all of that here without ever breaking stride and just runs to catch the ball.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And
then high points it and actually takes it away at the right point.
yeah, it's a really good job
Right.
to actually to finish the play too, not to just be in position. So we're definitely seeing those center field skills, deep coverage
But
skills.
you see a lot of safeties. I think maybe the hardest thing to do is to start getting to a spot and understand where the threat is going to come from and immediately head to the right spot to cut that out. You see it here. He just never breaks spot, immediately knows where the threat is, and therefore where the quarterback is going to be throwing it to. There's just no wasted movement in there.
What do we have here? And I think this is it. This is the national championship game against Clemson. This is just ugly all around. We're going to get the corner falling down.
That's a problem.
And this is an unenviable position to be in for Deionte Thompson.
Those suck.
I mean, you should probably give up a touchdown there regardless.
He doesn't, I mean, as much as that's a horrible situation to be in, he doesn't look that fast.
This is what I wanted to highlight because even just on the broadcast at the national championship game, people are highlighting, hey, what's up with number 14? Just in pursuit, is there a speed issue? Early in this video, we saw him, because of his eyes, his instincts, and the things that you had pointed out, he's getting to the right spot, but is straight line speed an issue?
And on the last play, again, it was like it didn't look like he was going 100%. Part of that is because I think his eyes are in the backfield a hair longer than they needed to be. But, I mean, how fast is he in a straight line? Because here, like, this is a horrible situation to be in, heading directly at the guy who's going to be coming back at you. If you're not directly on plane, he's beating you. There's nothing you can do about it. But he did not come close to running him down.
Well,
and if anything, lost ground.
As I rewatch it, though, he has to start from scratch.
Right. So this is terrible.
He's
but
accelerating from nothing.
But why?
And now they're about the same distance all the way.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it looks. He had to start from nowhere, and the receivers got a head start.
It was a bad situation to be in, and he was in a rough spot. But the other guy's carrying a ball, and you did not take any ground out of him. That's a little bit worrying.
Maybe something that we wanted to find out at the Combine, but injured and not running at the Combine, so we're not necessarily going to get that question. But what do you think overall? With Deionte Thompson, the PFF grades loved his coverage ability overall. We saw some of those plays. What are your thoughts on Thompson and his potential fit at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because there's a lot of good plays, a lot of bad plays you can make as a safety. And, missed tackles can be bad, all that kind of stuff. But it's very difficult to overplay the importance of being able to turn the ball over, being a legitimate ball hawk in the secondary and forcing turnovers, turning up in places you're not supposed to be, and picking the ball off. We've said countless times before that the number that most directly correlates to winning, other than winning, is turnovers. Like how many you force, how many you don't create on the offensive side of the ball. He's a guy that knows how to get to the ball. You can just see how quickly he's able to read the play. There's other sports that the first yard is in your head. So you may be able to outrun me by a yard, but if I see it coming a yard quicker than you, we're at the same spot. If I see it coming 2 yards quicker than you do, I'm ahead.
And he did that a bunch.
Right, and that seems to be, just from this, that's what Deionte Thompson looks to be really good at. He sees what's coming before anybody else does, and that's one of those things that you can't teach. Now, maybe you can't teach him to be quicker either, but he's going to get to spaces and make it less of a problem than he would be if he couldn't read it that quickly.
Important trait, maybe the best free safety in the entire draft. Don't want him maybe playing that strong safety role in a cover three because he's got to make those plays in the flat consistently over and over, and that's where we saw some of his inconsistency last year in 2018. So there you have it, Deionte Thompson, potential first-round player here in the 2019 NFL Draft.